Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Show of Secrets. This evening's guest is Robert Mee. I'd like to welcome him right now.
Hi, Shalene.
Hello, Robert. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Good to see you this evening.
Absolutely.
Nice
It's
to
good to
see
be
you.
here. Oh, it's good.
And how have you been?
Look at this. You brought me my bowl.
Well, of course.
What would I do without my bowl of water? Yes.
And how have you been?
Oh, I've been fine. Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Well, I'm here.
I understand you have a secret you'd like to discuss with us.
Really?
Yes.
I would.
Yes. And can you tell me a little bit about this? This
Uh,
happened when you were an adult or a child?
This happened, well, I was kind of in between. I was kind of like in 10th grade.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, almost an adult, but not quite.
Yeah, well, you know, we all think we're adults when we're in the 10th grade. Yeah, we can't wait to get rid of our parents and get out on our own, and then we discovered, oh my
very
goodness,
true.
now we're involved with life.
So what did this have to do with, since this was situation in school, is that right?
Yes, it was. It was something that happened to me in school. You might say it is a lesson of life that I had learned. One of my first very serious lessons of life, and it had to do with art. You know, I really enjoy, at that time, art was my first love, and I was drawing ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. You know, grasshoppers about that big. Well, that's about how I was.
So you're not only musical and love to dance and act, but you're artistic as well?
Oh, I have murals all over New York City. Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure that's something a lot of people didn't know about you. I think that's fascinating.
Yes. But anyhow, so I was involved in drawing. You know, I can automatically enlarge or reduce whatever I'm looking at without having all the little squares that they teach people to use. But the thing is, that's neither here nor there. We had an art contest in school, and Ramsey Rogers was our teacher at that time. He was a fine art director, and we were told that we could go ahead. It was a poster contest to create a nice safety poster contest, and the prize was to be $100.
That's a nice prize.
Oh yes, absolutely, especially back in those days. But at any rate, so I was asking, you know, he said, you can draw anything that you want to, yeah, which was fine. And so I decided, well, okay, I said I can draw Disney characters. You know, Disney, I just love Walt Disney's characters, especially when I was a kid, I really. And so I chose to draw Walt Disney's characters. And he said we could draw anything. So I drew the posters and I put them all over town and store windows. And the talk was, because the art was so perfect, you know, that they felt that, God, I was going to be the actual winner of that. So here I am, you know, getting this all anticipation of trying to get my award. And the judges come in, and it's judging day, and they say, no, they said, no, this won Walter Lattice's work. Oh, they said his was really outstanding. Well, needless to say, my bubble was burst.
So you didn't win then?
No, I didn't win, but you know, I can live with that. You know, we have to learn to win or lose. You know, we can't always be winners. But then, a matter of a few hours later, I heard Walter Lattice say to his girlfriend, he said, you know, he said, he was laughing, they were both laughing. They said, I never drew that, my daddy drew that. He said, my father's a commercial artist.
That is not
He
right.
never did it. So, you know, here you got a commercial artist going against these students who are in school. And, you know, I was crushed. And no, I never told anyone. I never told my dad.
I wondered about that.
Oh no, I didn't. You know, I probably could have go around and said to Ramsey or Rogers, you know, this one, but that wasn't me. So I figured, okay, fine. He didn't really learn. All he learned was, you know, if he can't get to do it, then maybe he can get somebody else to do it for him in order to push himself ahead. You know, a lot of people in life are like that. Even students, when they're going to college, they have somebody else write their papers. But for a long time, I felt, you know, maybe the only way in life to get ahead, maybe you have to cheat. But the more I pondered on that, I said, I can't do that. I had parents that taught me otherwise. You gotta play it straight. So somebody cheats, but that doesn't mean you have to be part of the pact.
Two wrongs don't make a right, do they?
That's right. So, no, but that's life. Absolutely. Gosh, you look good. Here's your way. Let's have a toast. Here's to Shalene
And to Robert.
and us.
And a nice winter.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much. It was so good of you to come.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's good to see you
Absolutely,
again.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Take care.
I
It's
sure
good
will.
talking with you.